to split a camera source to 3 destinations. Well, that was my problem. I'll show you how. So, source, camera. In this case, we have a video source and 3 destinations. The video source on this camera in particular were of multiple varieties: HDMI, SDI, USB, Cat5. SDI was the preferred source. We chose a serial digital distribution amplifier. That's 1 SDI input and 4 SDI outputs. Great. We need to now convert those output SDIs into USB, in this case 2 USB, 1 HDMI. One problem with capturing video is the processing power required by the computer to compress and encode an incoming SDI signal. To overcome the need for 2 big computers capable of encoding HD video, you outsource the processing of the video before it gets to the computer, or downstream of the computer. 2 devices that do this very well are both made by Blackmagic. One of them is the SDI web presenter. The other is Blackmagic Design H.264 Pro recorder. Both have a couple of choices for inputs: SDI and HDMI. In the case of the H.264, output to USB, and the Blackmagic web presenter outputs HDMI, USB, and SDI. So now at this point, we have successfully gotten SDI video to 2 USB sources. HDMI is what we're forgetting. The Blackmagic web presenter has a PGM output, is the label. This is program out. This is SDI, and what it is, a video signal to monitor what's being output to USB. It provides the video and audio. If you're sending audio into this box, out of the program is everything that is going to USB, audio and video. I took the program out, converted it to HDMI with a Blackmagic SDI to HDMI microconverter. Next is audio. I'm sure you're wondering. So I basically lied at the beginning. There are 2 sources and 3 destinations. There are really 2 sources, that being audio and video, to put to 3 separate destinations. The question is, can I put my audio into at the camera source or where it's split at the video signal? Well, with the model of camera that I have, I could not input the audio from the soundboard into the camera and have a successful SDI out of audio video combined. This is the rule of thumb. If you can put audio in at the camera will sync the audio and video on its own, and you've got just one signal to split. In my case, I had to go to another place and combine the audio at some point before it gets to the destinations. Luckily for me, both encoders do have an audio import, and that solves my problem. Soundboard split out to audio on both encoders. On the web presenter in XLR, on the H.264 Pro recorder, they were two 1/4-inch connections. So XLR to 1/4 inch. I now have audio into both places where the video is being encoded into the USB, resulting in both having audio and video combined. Next, I had the HDMI TVs that I needed to split into more TVs. So I've already got one HDMI source just by a splitter. In my case, I needed 8 TVs over various distances. So here we have an 1080p 1x7 port HDMI extender splitter. HDMI in, output Cat5 power over Ethernet, and at the televisions, a dongle that converts Cat5 to HDMI. This is power over Ethernet, so this dongle, Balun does not need to be powered at the source. It comes from the source. So there we have a successful video routing. Here's the total setup. One caveat is I had an audio problem at the H.264 Pro recorder. Luckily for me, the SDI to HDMI converter had another program out of the program out that I was already splitting. So that's where I decided to move. The video going into H.264 was at a place that audio and video were already combined, in this case on its way to the TVs. Here's a diagram of that cable moved. And here is my ultimate setup. Video routing. Thank you.